helping others is the biggest reward. It's more than $1 million. Hello. All right, let's bring the energy up just a bit. So I'm here to talk about brand today, and I know most people think brand is a logo or a name or a color, but actually a brand is so much more. So what is a brand? When I think of brand, I think of my favorite brands, and I think of sustainable brands, which is what I do. If you knew that 72% of people worldwide have a favorite brand, and 59% actually will follow that brand for the rest of their life. So it's a lifelong brand for them. The brand loyalty market is $4.4 billion and growing. And although the younger generation might not be big fans of staying with the same brand, they do end up finding a brand they relate to. So how do you become that brand? My name is Girgana. I own a company called Wild Fabric. We're a sustainable e-commerce marketplace, and we represent a lot of brands on our platform. And I've spent my whole career developing brands and creating companies with brand as the backbone of the company. What does that mean? I look at a brand as a person. So when you think of a person, let's say we have Steve or Fahad, and they want to be in sports. So they start following all the sports blogs, they start going to games, they start hanging around people that love sports. Eventually they start wearing things that they relate to, they start talking a certain way. So everyone that they are surrounded with becomes their group, becomes the people they're trying to fit in with. So a brand is very much the same thing, actually. Because if you're a brand, you have your group of people. And you first define yourself by how you look, because that's the first thing you see. So how you look is what color your logo is, what is the shape, what does that mean, how does that look like? And then you look past how you look into how you talk. So that becomes the language, how you speak to your customer. Again, you're still trying to fit in, so you have to know who your customer is. So let's say you're looking, back to the sports analogy, you have to talk the way they talk in sports because that's who you're targeting. That's your customer. That's your group. That's your clique. And that's your niche. And if for brands to be successful, it's good to have a niche, especially small brands. You don't have the budget like Coca-Cola to go for everybody. You're going for your niche. So now you look the part, you talk the part, you start doing the part. So where are everyone in sports? Where do they hang out? Where do they go? What do they watch? What do they see? So as a brand, if that's your clique, that's where you will go. That's where you will spend your money on in marketing. Whether it's a platform, whether it's an event, wherever it is, wherever those people that you're trying to belong with, that's where your brand should be doing marketing. So now that's what you're doing. You're talking, you're looking, you're doing. And next, you start to develop a feeling. And that feeling that your group develops towards you, that is called loyalty. So you start to relate to the brand on a much deeper level. Every time you see them, you relate to them because they talk like you, they walk like you, they look like something that you love. And now you relate, you connect with them, and that feeling becomes a connection that becomes loyalty. So brands often don't look at this. They look more of the operations. But when you're setting up, everything you do has to come back to this idea. So even the way internally you run your company, whoever works inside of your company should also relate with everything that you're trying to do. Because they're your first customers. They're your first group, the people that work with you, right? So the more you stay authentic to that, the more you will find your authentic group. And you develop a loyal following. And that following will grow as long as you stay authentic. Also, not to mention, as every person here does, we change. So as you will grow as a brand, you should be growing alongside your clique, your customers. So listening to what they're doing, what they're saying, where the direction is, you should always be listening to your customer. That creates a strong brand that moves with the market. Because you don't want to be a trend brand. There's 100 t-shirt brands and 1,000, sweatshirt brands. What makes them different? Today I like t-shirts because t-shirts are on trend, but tomorrow it might not be. So you can be on trend today, but what happens tomorrow when everyone changes? If you didn't innovate and if you didn't build that loyal following, that's it. You would have lost them, and then you have to start all over again. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of marketing. So usually this is quite normal. When people talk about brand, they talk about everything that I just talked about. But something that people don't talk about that is very, very important is purpose. So we've launched this brand. We have loyal customers, feeling great. We have 1 million goals to do and 1 million things. And we're searching for happiness. We're searching for money. And they say money doesn't buy happiness. And there's a reason for that. A lot of people start companies now because they just want to make 1 million. So I have a different twist on it. Why not start a company with a purpose in its backbone? Every day of your work life, of your company life, has a moment of giving back to society or giving back to the earth. Sustainability or ethical practices. Why not feel good every day while you're creating your company and your brand? And hopefully with influence, you can help other people feel the same way. And then you say, okay, I've done all of this. I have this purpose-driven brand. It's amazing. I have loyal followings. Everyone loves my brand. Now what? And the answer is, it is not about tomorrow. It is about your journey. And if you are living all of that, you are living. Every day, you are living. Every day, you are doing something that feels great. You're connecting with people, with customers, with everyone around you. And honestly, that is being in the now, in the present, and making your work a part of your life in a holistic way. And I think that's what life is all about. And I think work should be thought of in that way. We're not working to make money to live. We should be living. And that's the whole point. So I hope I inspired you. I absolutely love creating brands. And I have spent my whole life kind of finding that space until my recent company where I put purpose. And I've never felt better than I feel now. Because when I added purpose, I wake up in the morning thinking, how can I help? And helping others is the biggest reward. It's more than 1 million. It'd be nice to have 1 million too, but, Thank you very much. If you follow us on Instagram, it's Wild Fabric with a K. And I'm giving away free vouchers for 200 dirhams. If you follow us, I'll message you after. So you can buy something sustainable and ethical and help communities around the world, because that's where the money should go.